Have you ever wondered why bats seem like nature's ultimate virus factories, harboring deadly bugs like Ebola, SARS, rabies, and even the coronavirus behind COVID-19 without getting sick themselves? These flying mammals carry more viruses than any other group, sparking pandemics that have killed millions. But why them? What if I told you it's not bad luck, but a superpower immune system honed by evolution, flight, and lifestyle that lets them host these pathogens like uninvited house guests? Today, we're diving deep into why bats carry so many viruses, from ancient evolutionary tricks to modern spillovers, immunological wonders, and what it means for our pandemic-prone world. This isn't just bat facts. It's a chilling look at how nature's reservoirs could unleash the next big one. Stick around. You might never look at a bat the same way again. Let's fly back to the origins of bats and their viral love affair, tracing how these nocturnal flyers became walking, or rather, flying virus hotels over millions of years. Bats evolved around 50 million years ago in the Eocene epoch, descending from small, insect-eating mammals during a warm, forested Earth. Fossils from sites like Germany's Messel Pit show early bats with elongated fingers for wings, adapting to nocturnal life to avoid dinosaur descendants and birds. The background? As the only mammals capable of true flight, bats developed high metabolic rates, body temps soaring during flight, creating a fever-like state that stresses viruses but builds tolerance. Roosting in massive colonies, sometimes millions strong in caves, promoted viral spread within groups, selecting for immune systems that coexist with pathogens rather than fight them to death. Ancient climates played a role. Post-dinosaur extinction, bats filled niches in tropical forests teeming with insects and fruits, exposing them to diverse microbes. Evolutionary pressure? Frequent zoonotic jumps, from fruits contaminated by other animals or close quarters living, favored bats with damped inflammation responses, preventing deadly overreactions. This wasn't unique. Similar traits in flying foxes or fruit bats trace to ancient origins, splitting into over 1,400 species today, 20% of all mammals. These roots set bats as viral reservoirs, their biology turning potential killers into silent passengers, a setup that's persisted through ice ages and human expansion. Humans haven't just feared bats as virus carriers. We've studied, mythologized, and sometimes exploited them through history, trying to understand or control their role in diseases. In ancient times, bats were omens. Egyptians depicted them in tombs as soul guides, while Mayan bat gods symbolized death and disease, linked to rabies outbreaks. But here's the twist. Medieval Europe blamed bats for plagues, burning roosts during the Black Death, ironically spreading fleas. Famous cases? Spanish conquistadors brought rabies from Old World bats to the Americas, decimating populations. The 19th century's vampire legends, inspired by blood-feeding bats, fueled fears. Bram Stoker's Dracula amplified myths, but scientists developed rabies vaccines from bat studies. The 20th century's pandemics spotlighted them. Flu's possible bat origins, or Marburg virus from Ugandan caves. Conservation movements? White nose syndrome decimated U.S. bats, prompting hibernacula protections. Human attempts include culling. Australia killed thousands of flying foxes to curb Hendra virus, but it backfired, stressing survivors and increasing viral shed. Modern efforts? Labs sequence bat genomes to predict spillovers, while eco-health alliances monitor roosts globally. These historical tangles weren't always wise. Culls disrupted ecosystems, but advanced virology, turning fear into foresight. So what does modern science reveal about bats' viral superhosting? It's a masterpiece of immunology, physiology, and ecology. Bats' immune systems are tuned for tolerance, not war. Their DNA has evolved to dampen inflammation. Genes like sting pathway are muted, preventing cytokine storms that kill other mammals, but allowing viruses to linger asymptomatically. Flight plays huge. High metabolism generates DNA-damaging free radicals, so bats have superior repair mechanisms. Longevity genes fix errors, incidentally aiding viral coexistence. Ecology amps it. Dense roosts create viral hotpots, with feces, urine, and grooming spreading pathogens, yet bats' vast antiviral interferons activate constantly without harm. Numbers? Bats host dozens of viruses per species versus rodents few per virome studies. Ebola, Nipah, coronaviruses thrive in their neutral pH saliva. Weird examples? Vampire bats' blood diet requires anticoagulants, inadvertently aiding virus transmission via bites. fruit bats' nomadic foraging spreads seeds and viruses across continents. Neuroscience adds, stress from human encroachment upregulates viral shed, linking habitat loss to spillovers. Fun fact, bats' constant fever from flight suppresses viral replication, but viruses adapt, becoming hardier when jumping to cooler human bodies. Anthropology, in bat-eating cultures, traditional cooking kills viruses, but live markets risk exposure. In our hyper-globalized world, bats' viral load poses risks and lessons, intersecting wildlife, health, and culture amid tech and climate shifts. Social media spotlights outbreaks, viral videos of bat rescues raise awareness, but conspiracy theories blame lab leaks over natural spillovers. Globalization accelerates jumps, deforestation pushes bats into cities, increasing contact, Ebola from fruit bats spread via bushmeat trade. Identity ties in. In China, bats symbolize luck, clashing with fear during outbreaks. Emotionally, culls evoke guilt over biodiversity loss. Tech counters, AI drones monitor roosts for viral RNA, predicting hotspots. Vaccines target bat-borne threats. In diverse societies, it fosters one health approach, linking human, animal, environment. Human side? Virologists feel the pressure. Sampling bats in caves risks bites, but saves lives. Emotionally, bats inspire awe. Halloween icons hide their pollinator role, vital for hundreds of plant species. Challenges: climate change expands ranges, bringing viruses to new areas. Warming enables mosquito-borne spread from bat reservoirs. Peering into the future, what might bats' viral hosting mean? The most logical scenario: habitat restoration and vaccines reduce spillover significantly, with gene drives editing bat immunity to curb viruses without harm. The crazy extreme? Superviruses from mutations turn bats into pandemic vectors. Global quarantines isolate species, or ecoterror releases engineered bugs. The tech-based one, AI nanosensors in bats track viruses real-time. Space colonies use bat-inspired immunity for cosmic pathogens. But let's flip this. Maybe the real question isn't why bats carry viruses, but why we invade their world. Philosophically, it's symbiosis gone wrong. Bats control pests eating billions in crops yearly, but habitat loss forces contact. In a balanced ecosystem, are they villains or victims? What if respecting boundaries prevents the next plague? There you have it. Bats aren't virus villains. They're evolutionary marvels whose super immunity backfires on us when we encroach. Bats teach us, coexist, or face the consequences. Got a bat encounter or virus thought? Share in the comments. I read them all. If this winged your curiosity, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more wildlife wonders. Thanks for watching. Stay bat safe.